Now guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriors Trade, and it all centers around two names that could define the team's future, Jonathan Kuminga and Seth Curry. After a wave of recent roster moves, there are some major updates that give us a clearer picture of where this team is headed as they prepare for training camp. And make no mistake, this is the kind of news that could change the Warriors' trajectory for the upcoming season. Let's start with Jonathan Kuminga because his situation continues to dominate the headlines. All off-season, speculation has swirled about whether Kuminga would remain a Warrior or whether the front office would use him as a centerpiece in a trade. Teams like the Sacramento Kings, Toronto Raptors, and even some surprise Eastern Conference squads were linked to him. But now, with the Warriors roster getting closer to being finalized, insiders are reporting that the Warriors are doubling down on their belief in Kuminga. The front office views him as not just a piece for the present, but a cornerstone for the future. What does that mean? It means that the Warriors are beginning to shift away from dangling Kuminga in every trade conversation. Instead, they're focusing on trying to lock him down with a long-term deal. Of course, that comes with challenges. His camp, led by his agent, Aaron Turner, has made it very clear that they're not happy with certain team option structures the Warriors have put in front of him. But Golden State knows that if they want to keep Kuminga happy and fully engaged, they'll need to offer him stability and respect his role as a potential future star. And the latest reports suggest that while negotiations are still tough, there's a growing sense that the two sides are closer to finding common ground. Think about what that means for the roster. Kuminga isn't just another young player. He's the bridge between eras. On nights when Stephen Curry is still carrying the offense, Kuminga can provide that burst of athleticism and energy that swings games. On nights when the veterans struggle, Kuminga is the one who can step up and show why he was a lottery pick. This is the player who could eventually take the torch when the Curry era winds down. Their Warriors know it, and that's why keeping him is becoming a bigger priority than flipping him for short-term pieces. Now, let's move to the other Curry, Seth Curry, who returned to Golden State this offseason in what many called a full-circle movie. For years, fans have dreamed of seeing the Curry brothers on the same team, and now it's actually happening. Seth's addition might not have carried the blockbuster buzz of a superstar trade, but make no mistake, this is a savvy roster move that could pay big dividends. Why? Because Seth brings exactly what the Warriors love: shooting, spacing, and veteran savvy. He's one of the most consistent three-point shooters in the league. And when you put that alongside Steve, Klay, and the Warriors' motion offense, it creates endless headaches for opposing defenses. Imagine Curry running off-ball screens, Klay spotting up, and Seth curling into space. Defenses simply can't cover everyone. But Seth's value isn't just about shooting. He's been in the league long enough to know his role and thrive in it. He doesn't need 30 minutes or 20 shots to make an impact. He can come off the bench, hit timely threes, steady the offense, and provide that spark when the starters rest. Their Warriors lacked consistent bench scoring at times last season, and Seth's presence goes a long way in solving that issue. Here's where things get really interesting. The roster moves Golden State made recently are designed to maximize both Kuminga and Seth Curry. By trimming down some of the back end of the roster and creating clearer roles, the Warriors are signaling that they want Kuminga to have a defined expanded role in the rotation while also ensuring that Seth has a pathway to consistent minutes. That balance is important because one of the criticisms of Steve Kerr's rotations in recent years has been that young players sometimes don't get enough opportunity to grow while veterans occasionally get overloaded. This season, the balance looks a lot more intentional. For Kuminga, that likely means playing significant minutes at both forward spots with an emphasis on attacking mismatches and using his athleticism in transition. For Seth, It means carving out a role as the second unit sniper. Someone who can relieve pressure off Steve Clay while keeping defenses stretched. And when you think about it, having both on the floor together could be a sneaky weapon. Defenses will key in on the Currys, which opens up driving lanes for Kuminga to attack and finish at the rim. That's the type of inside-out dynamic the Warriors have been missing. The bigger picture here is that the Warriors are quietly reinventing themselves. For years, the core was Steve, Clay, and Draymond, supported by role players who complemented their style. Now, as those legends get older, Golden State is trying to thread the needle, still compete for championships while also developing the next generation. Kuminga represents that future. Seth, ironically, represents a present boost that helps keep the window open. And let's not forget the emotional factor of having Seth Curry in Golden State. For fans, this is special. The Curry family is synonymous with the Warriors dynasty, and seeing the brothers share the floor is more than just a storyline. It's a dream realized. The chemistry between Steve and Seth isn't just genetic. It's basketball DNA. They know each other's games inside and out, and that can only help the Warriors on the court. Of course, questions remain. Can it take the leap this year to become more consistent and reliable? Will Seth stay healthy and carve out a major role? Can the Warriors roster as currently constructed truly contend with the heavyweights of the West like the Nuggets, Lakers, and Clippers? These are the questions that training camp and the early months of the season will begin to answer. But one thing is clear, their Warriors are putting their chips in on a blend of youth, experience, and chemistry. And Kuminga and Seth Curry are right at the center of that strategy. This is why today's update is so important. It's not just a transaction update or a training camp note. It's a glimpse into how Golden State is thinking about its future and its present. They're saying, we believe in Kuminga. We believe in Seth, and we're building a roster that gives both of them the chance to shine. That's a powerful message to send to the rest of the league. So, get ready, because this season is shaping up to be a defining one. Jonathan Kuminga has the chance to prove he's a future star in this league. Seth Curry has the chance to become a key weapon off the bench, and together they might just help the Warriors re-establish themselves as true contenders in the Western Conference. Warriors fans, what do you think? Will Kuminga lock in with Golden State long-term, or will this saga drag on? Do you see Seth Curry becoming a major factor off the bench or just a role player? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a single update as we march toward training camp. The future is unfolding right in front of us, and trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned.